Welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Okay, I witnessed something with a young couple where experience plays into this. If you're a guy who's engaged to be married, you may try a maneuver like this, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that you're better off going with the flow. This is what I'm talking about. When you're married and then football Sunday is happening, it's probably not a good idea to turn around when the family says, hey, let's do something fun as a family and spend time together. It's probably not a great idea to say, no way, I'm staying in and watching football. I mean, I understand, and I think I love watching football too, but I think when it comes to living to fight another day, you got to be careful with that. And I guess, but here's the thing. It's the Lions. So here's the dilemma, because you can, if you do get your way and you don't do the family thing and you sit in front of the TV, if the Lions are receiving the opening kickoff, they're going to fumble. If they kick off, the guy's going to return it for a touchdown. Season over. Don't do it. You're better off. Okay, I know you're excited after the Hard Knocks thing. And I am too. But don't just push all of your chips in. What you need to do until they can command your time, because they actually have put together something fantastic. Let them start the year out by going at least 1-4 to start the year. I love them, but I am not going to put aside family fun time to watch them. They haven't earned that yet. If they start out the year 4-0 and then, someone says, hey, let's do family fun time on week 5. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. We need to gather around the TV because we've got a contender. But if you're coming off of a 3-win year, and if you're basing the fact that they're going to win on Aiden Hutchinson singing Billie Jean, well, you're the worst. I mean, I loved it too. It was enjoyable. But they're going to have to earn some of your time back. Don't just give it to them. They haven't earned that. So what you do is you go to your family thing. You can watch it on your phone. You can record it. There's 1,000,001 options for you. Don't fall victim, because you don't want to have them ruining your Sunday and everybody hating you at the same time. So you go do family fun stuff on Sunday, and then while you're doing that, and then you start watching on your phone 3 minutes after you start watching, they're down 21-0. Shut it off and go, yeah, it's family fun time. You see, you got to be smart about this. I think they're going to start out 0-8. I mean, I was talking with Kyler about this yesterday in our draft, which I'll get to in a second. It wouldn't surprise me if they started out 0-8. And actually, I'm looking at that schedule, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, it's an easy schedule. I don't think it is an easy schedule. Okay? They might beat the Bears once. If they end up having a season worse than last year, which was one of the worst on record, seriously, after all of this hype from Hard Knocks, it might be too much for our little hearts to handle. Legit, it might be a 1-in-16 year this year. Please don't fall victim to this. Football kicks off tonight, the Rams and the Bills. All right? Just relax. I learned something yesterday on our draft. I was the most inept out of all of these people. I didn't know any of the players. I knew a few. Like Aaron Rodgers is my quarterback. But hold on a second. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back up here. This is how it unfolded in our family yesterday. Jacqueline says, do you guys want to go to this one particular place where they have a drive-through safari where the animals come up to your car and you feed them and they stick their heads in? It's like, oh, my God. Well, that sounds great. Oh, my gosh. Yes. All right, let's do it. And we settle on Sunday. And then there's the idea about making sure Jim and Aubrey and the kids can go. So this is going to be an adventure. The whole family, grandkids. Oh. Then Justin says, my daughter's fiance, Jackie's fiance, Lions play at 1. And I responded with laughy emojis because I know at this point he's dead. Because what you're saying there is, in the group text, yeah, I know this is family fun time, but the Lions are more important than you all. Like, oh, no, you're so dead. You're just fucking history. You can't do that. And you shouldn't, really. I mean, it's the Lions. Like I said, if they were great, I'd kind of, I'd have to, that's once in a lifetime. Everybody ignores Justin. Diana says, yeah, let's do it. Jussie, you record the game. Now, if I'm Justin and my future mother-in-law is telling you what you can and can't watch and what you should and shouldn't be doing, I'm like, oh, no, that's going to piss him off even more. Now, I'm just going with the flow. I'm doing the old judo maneuver because the Lions are probably going to lose badly. The Philadelphia Eagles are good, and they've got this quarterback, Jalen Hurts, who's a beast. Oh, God. Jackie weighs in with Justin will be watching the Lions on his phone. So now it's like everybody's bossing him around. It's getting ugly already. It's like, oh, no. Oh, fuck, shit. I add more laughy emojis. Justin, come on. It's the first week of NFL football. It's the first week of NFL football. I like football. The veteran of the group, that would be me, adds, I'll do whatever you guys decide. I don't care. You see, that's a cagey, crafty decision right there. That's getting it all. I don't have the stress of watching the Lions break our hearts. I am not in anybody's crosshairs. I'm figuring it out. And as much as I love the Lions, I rarely watch. I really have rarely watched in the past several years. I just kind of lay low, and if something's worth watching, I'll watch it. Or if I'm doing something else like making family dinner or something like that, that's on Sundays. I'll have it on while I'm making dinner. It's not like I never sit down with my snacks and my non-alcoholic beer and gather around and hunker down and watch the big game. No, I don't do any of that shit. Jackie busts in. We are going. They're not even married yet. We are going. The Lions won't win anyway. And then she writes, I'm in the pocket like Burrow. When I'm back home, though, they treat me like Robert De Niro. I don't know. I wrote, I was confused. They sound like lyrics. So that was it. So I guess I don't get involved, but it sounds to me like he is rebelling and Jackie is laying down the law. Holy shit. My God. So we had our fantasy football draft yesterday. 20 of us on the in the league. I guess that's a lot of teams. I know very little about this. I don't know a lot of players. I don't know much about anything. And I found out that there's something called waiver wire. And every single member of this, we did a Zoom, actually. It was incredibly boring, the Zoom, the video live stream, because a lot of us are just looking at a screen trying to figure out players. But, and then somebody asks about a term called waiver wire. And they're all acting like they know they all did know what it is. And, excuse me, can I interject here? What is waiver wire? I have never heard that term in my life. What do you mean by a wire? So now in my mind, I picture like an actual wire, like to power electricity. Why is this called waiver wire? I still don't get that. J.D. Brown says we should totally have had an Eric Zane league. If you paid attention and listened to the podcast, you know that we do. And this is what I'm talking about right now, the Eric Zane Show podcast league. Come on, man. How the hell? Anyway. So waiver wire, I'm like, what the fuck? And then Amanda says, I think like a telegram wire. Well, all right. Well, why do they call it a waiver wire then? I mean, is it what? Or a bank wire? Or I have no fucking idea what the hell that is. So there's like 15 faces on the screen. And they're like, yeah, so when it comes to the waiver wire, and they're all like, waiver wire this, waiver wire that, and I have this look on my face like, what the fuck are they talking about? This is waiver wire. Chris adds a wire transfer. Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. There was a moment during the draft when Chris in Minnesota, who is the commissioner, and you have to understand that if Chris is talking, he is giving you inaccurate and way too much backstory. So I made the mistake of asking him, how did this get started? And I am not kidding you. Other than if you had just given me like a couple word sentence. Yeah, some guy back in the 60s decided to do it at a bar or whatever. That would have been all I needed. But oh my God, does he dig deep. And inaccurate, because I guess it started in the early 1960s. But he starts out with, well, in 1890. He goes, in 1890 or 1930. I forget which one. I'm like, what? And then while he's discussing that, after about 3 minutes, everybody's passed out and putting belts around their necks, getting ready to hang themselves. And I looked it up, and I see that it's some dude in the early 1960s. And I'm like, dude, you're getting zero of this correct, and we're all going to hang ourselves. Shut up. I'm sorry I asked. When am I going to learn? Why do I keep going to you? I got my draft grade. My draft report card. Now, what I know about this is I have all these players. I have a quarterback, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a tight end, a flex player, which could be a wide receiver, a running back, or a tight end. I have a kicker, and I have a team defense. So we all go, and each person of the 20 teams gets 2 minutes to draft. You pick your players. Chris in Minnesota, the commissioner, had the first pick, which made everybody really, really suspicious of him. Now, I'm not suspicious of him because Yahoo, this is a Yahoo league, puts the order in themselves through some random, I don't know, computer-generated bullshit. So, but everybody was like busting him, saying that he cheated. But I don't believe that at all. So the advice that I got, one piece of advice was from Rick from TC Paintball. He said, I've been doing fantasy leagues for 30 years, and no matter what, do not draft a quarterback early. Never, ever do that. In fact, you're talking 3rd, 4th, 5th, 3rd round sometimes, 4th and 5th, more like when you would draft your quarterback. And I go, okay, I guess I'll do that. So off I go. That's all the information I have, and that there's something called waiver wire. And I don't know what you do on waiver wire, but they all know that. And so now I have my team, and you get points when a player on your team scores a touchdown or gets a catch or something like that. I guess. I have no clue. I think I'm just going to leave it alone, and then if I do well, I do well. I won't. It's terrible. The team is called Eric Zane Sucks B. Cox. That is the name of the team. Or
the big black dick, because I know you want to.
That is the name of the league. All right. My report card, because Yahoo takes all my picks, and they give me like a report card. And you can see it right now if you're looking on the live stream. That's the team, or the league is called, like I said, Eric Zane Sucks B. Cox is the name of the league, inspired by Andrea's comment there. This is my team, Team Creepy Dean. It says, despite a formidable group of receivers, Team Creepy Dean have a roster filled with meh. C+ is my grade. Here's all the teams here. Show me them TDs got a D-. These guys all sucked. This is Chris right here, Buttnuts Boss Team. He ended up getting a D despite drafting first. This is Aram. He finished with a CD. I'm sorry, a C+, a CD. Right behind me. Meg Zaniac's great again, got a B. Lying to your ears, got a B+. Stalkers United got a B+. Trump 2024. That is, Trump 2024 is the team, Matt, who is the owner of Best Bark and Stone, which has changed its name to Proud Boys Bark and Stone. Voices of Angels got the tops, A+, along with B's Badasses. This team right here, Voices of Angels, this is their team logo. My first pick was this guy here, Stephon Diggs, who I think he plays for Buffalo. So Buffalo plays tonight. So I guess you get points when your player catches the ball or if he scores a touchdown. That's about all I know about this. I have these guys here. I have never heard of them in my entire life. Eli Mitchell and Terry McLaurin. No idea. They just look like they had good numbers, so I clicked on them. My quarterback is Aaron Rodgers, which breaks my heart because to me, a good weekend would be if Aaron Rodgers gets injured. I cannot stand Aaron Rodgers. My backup quarterback is Jared Goff. So I'm fucked. It says my biggest steal was Kenny Golladay. I got him late in the draft because he sucked last year. But the year before that with the Lions, he was great. But as soon as he got on the Giants, he turned terrible. So that's it. Now, let me see. Who is all my players? How do I do this? Overview. Draft. Wait a minute. Shit. I'm clueless. Draft results. Okay, here I am. Stephon Diggs, some guy named Eli Mitchell, some guy, Terry McLaurin, Rashad Penny, no idea, never heard of him. Aaron Rodgers, Cole Kmet is my tight end. I think he sucks. Drake London, never heard of him. Jared Goff, Kenny Golladay, Paris Campbell, never heard of him. Kansas. My team defense is the Chiefs. Josiah DeGuara, Alec Pierce, Odell Beckham Jr. I drafted him late because he's coming back in November, and he might be like, you never know. And the kicker is some guy named Jason Myers. I don't know any of these people. I am taking on this guy here, Matt's Wonderment, in week 1. So, all right, there you go. No clue. Matt's Wonderment. Who's on Matt's Wonderment? His quarterback is Matthew Stafford. Oh, and he's got Swift, the Lions running back, you dick. Well, that doesn't matter. He's a Lions running back. That means, he'll carry the ball 6 times for negative 14 yards. So, all right. There you go. That is the fantasy draft in the books. It took about 2.5 hours to get this done. Josh still hanging on. He says, is there room for a last-minute team? Dude, no, we're booked. You missed it. Just accept it. You're too busy talking to those cunts over on Deniacs United. If you'd leave there and spend time enjoying the show and quit talking to that batch of losers, you wouldn't be wondering what happened to the league. How come I can't get in? You see, that's the problem. You're busy talking to worthless, stalking twats. If you ignore them, you'd have more opportunities to listen to the show, and then you could have been part of this. And we've been talking about this forever. Aram says this has been, he's right. We've planned this for weeks. This has been a recurring theme here, and you missed it because you're fighting fires and talking to the Deniacs. Linda says, glad my windows are open when Eric shouted the C word. Kmet is supposed to be a good player. Is that how I say that? Kmet? Brian says, abandon that group. I did. Yeah, everybody is. They're down hundreds. Those idiots had 2,000 people when we were doing our thing. And since the handful of these idiots got together and started hating black people and loving MAGA and loving stalking and group sex like they do, well, it's just them in an echo chamber, and they're down to 200 or 300 people now. Everybody's left, and the only people that haven't are the ones that never paid attention to it in the first place. So that is awesome. I'm so glad. I hope bad things continue to happen to them. All right. Thank you so much for being here and enjoying the show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. As it stands, though, I'm going to send you off on your day. You need to, though, head over to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live if you want the rest of the show as it happens live, uninterrupted, okay? Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. So do it right now. You can get the rest of the show. And then when I go live, it'll tell you, hey, Eric's live on Twitch. You just click on it, and then you don't have to worry about getting cut off from the rest of the show as it happens live. Now, truth be told, not a ton of people watch it live. Not a ton of people watch it live on Twitch. Most people get it on the audio podcast that they download on demand. Wherever you download podcasts, just search the Eric Zane Show podcast, or you can get it right from my website, ericzaneshow.com. It's all there for you. I try to make it as accessible as possible. But for the folks on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, I send you off. You have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.